The word Chakreshwara means one who has mastery over his chakras. When we say mastery over his chakras, what we are referring to is that one who has mastery over his energy body. One who has mastery over his energy body means it's not a different level of realization or something, but it's a different level of competence. Your ability to do things in the world is only to the extent you can organize your energies. There are any number of human beings on the planet, either physically very strong or intellectually or in terms of intelligence they're pretty high, but they don't do much and they can never do much because their energies are not flexible and they don't cooperate. So when we see such people, that their ability to do things in the world or their success in the world is not commensurate with whatever other qualities they possess in terms of physical strength or education or intelligence or other talents that they may have, but do not find expression because they have no sufficient energy backup. In a way, every system of yoga, whatever simple practice or more complex or sophisticated practices, everything is designed to have, on one level, a certain mastery over the energy system, because that's the only way you can enhance a human being in terms of the world. In terms of what you can do in the world, can only be enhanced if one's energies are at a certain pitch and at a certain level of flexibility and control within himself. Many human beings, or every human being, has attained to a certain level of control and mastery over their energies unconsciously. So because of that, they're able to do different things to different extents. But now you want to do something which is normally considered humanly impossible. What is possible and not possible is only according to what we have explored till now. It's not necessarily an impossible thing, it is just that we have not explored it yet. Well, 150 years ago, can we fly or not fly? Flying is impossible, that was a set thing, okay, in everybody's mind. So similarly, any number of things that people think are impossible are mainly because we have not yet explored those aspects of what a human being could do. Because a majority of the human population or the majority of the human resource, if you want to call it that, or majority of the human potential is usually mortgaged either for survival process or tangled up with their hormonal requirements. Whole lifetime goes in just managing those things for most human beings. Probably money and sexuality engages maximum amount of human energy. So, how many things a human being could do in terms of really transforming his own life or everybody else's life, or to really live at a higher pitch, it's not even about doing something in the world. See, competence is not necessarily always action. A person who is competent, truly competent, there is a certain joy in just the way he can sit here or just the way he walks on the street. When you are in a certain level of competence, there is because a human being is not just a body, there is a certain intelligence and you cannot enjoy your intelligence without competence. Intelligence can become a very negative thing if it does not translate into some level of competence. You're intelligent but you can't do anything, you don't know how to do anything. suddenly you will find your intelligence just is a big burden and it works against you. If you had half the brain that you have, you would be quite peaceful. Intelligence translates into well-being only when it translates into competence, some capability to do something. Only then intelligence becomes a force, both for the individual and for the world. Because a human being has evolved into a certain level of intelligence, competence, translating it into competence is an important part. It doesn't matter whether he's in the material world or in the spiritual pursuit, whatever he does, he has to translate his intelligence into competence, otherwise invariably he will become frustrated with what's happening in his life. So, being a Chakreshwara is a certain level of competence. What this means is, on one level, what we refer to as chakras, these 114 chakras, which is kind of geography of the energy body or the pranic system, or for the sake of understanding, I would like you to see it like this. All of you have seen a skeleton, isn't it? So now they show you a skeleton in the school and show you, this is the skeletal system over which the flesh has formed and made a human being look like this. So you understand it's like the structure or the structural integrity for the body has come because of the bones. Well, some people in the world choose to lose that structure. That's a different thing, but generally the bones are supposed to give you the fundamental shape of the human form. It's like this because the skeletal system is like this. Suppose it's like this, they're trying to defy the skeletal system. But I want you to understand, another skeletal system over which the bones and the flesh and everything forms is the energy system. Suppose we make a map of the energy system. Now this is like a fundamental skeleton over which even the bone structure or the skeletal structure is forming itself and creating a shape. If the energy system did not have a shape and a form, then this would take some other form. It need not be contained to that. The bones can grow like this, it can become a horn. The energy system is contained like this, that is why everything forms around that. Or in other words, we can look at the energy system as another more fundamental skeletal system over which the bone structure and the flesh and the neuronal systems and various other things have happened, all right. So, if you have some mastery over this, one thing is, you can make the chakras mobile. That means you can move them where you want in the system. What is the purpose? You have seen calendar art. A yogi is sitting like this, and from this light jing coming. You seen that? Generally, if the artwork is coming from a certain age, suppose if it is in some kind of a yoga book of a certain antiquity, you will see whenever there is light in the hand, that person will not have a halo. Those who have a halo won't have light in their hand. Those who have a light in their hand will not have a halo. What it is trying to say, the imagery when the artist was knowledgeable enough, was conscious enough, or at least in the culture it was known that what has happened here is, one has moved his Agna chakra to his hand. People think this means Abhaya Hast. You know what Abhaya Hast means? That means a hand of protection or security, essentially. No, that's not what it's about. It is the light that one has earned within himself. It takes a lot of work. Now he's offering it to people. What's mine is now yours, because right now there is somebody here that has to benefit. If it's here, it's good for me. If it moves here, it's good for somebody else. So right now, you want your Agna to benefit somebody else. He moved it to his hand and raised it so that this Agna has become a light for someone else. At that time, if the artist is knowledgeable, you will see that he will never make a halo around the head because it's moved here. The light has moved here, there is no halo in his head. When he sits like this, there is a halo around his head, there is no light spilling out of his hand. So your ability to move your chakras is there, the mobility, which means you're playing with the fundamental structure of life. Suppose you can… internally, you can move your kneecap into your brain, because there seems to be more brains here than here, then you can move it up. It's like that. It doesn't make sense, but it's like that. You're actually moving to different areas, not just for this purpose, for so many other things. Because when you want to do certain things, your energies need to be in a certain way. Ajna is here, however powerful it is, it cannot do certain things. If I can move it into my hand, into my belly, into somewhere else, for doing a specific activity, it works best that way. So having that mobility or freedom to, in a way, to literally change the composition of how creation has made you, to change the very way, whatever way the creation has made us, to change that, to literally knead the fundamentals back. It's like you made a pot out of the clay, it's taken a form, but now you're unburning the pot. You're unburning the pot so that you have freedom to make any shape out of it. Now you had made a pot, but now a child has come, you want to make a doll out of it, so you unburn the pot, make it into clay again, and you're making it into a toy or a doll that the child can play with for some time. To be able to get there and again get back to this, it needs a certain mastery. If you get there and then if you cannot get back, there are many stories like this in the tradition. Some yogi did something and then he could not come back and… have you heard of these things? What are they? You have heard of the Chakracharya, all these people, very arrogant yogis who are competent to a certain level, but once arrogance comes, you don't further learn. So you learnt one thing and you want to show it to the world because it gives you power. You did that and then you're not able to undo it, you get stuck right there. There are many stories like this, including Vishwamitra, all these people are stories like this. They did something, they could not undo it because they're not able to change it. And the fundamental ability to do these things has come because they have mastery over the basic life-making energies, which is our own energy system. So Chakreshwara means somebody who has control over that, because without that certain things cannot be done. Or you are preparing yourself to do something, so you want your energies, particularly certain chakras, you want it to be in a certain way. And if you get into certain activity, this part of the sadhana that you're doing may disturb itself, may not work conducively for you. So let us say right now I am doing Devi consecration, actually we are doing right now. We are doing Devi consecration. The feminine aspect of what is in the body, I put it somewhere else. Right now it's not there. I don't know if you notice the difference with me. I'm little different right now than usual. Certain things are lacking right now because we put it somewhere, we put it on a hanger. Now I may be wearing this shirt today, this kurta today, tomorrow it may be on my hanger. When I'm using this, it is there, very much a part of me. When I hang it there, it just hangs there. So certain things which you have prepared for a specific purpose, you don't want that to get involved in many things. So you want to keep it somewhere, you don't want it to walk around with that. So a few chakras or a certain aspect of your energy system, you hang it in your shrine and come, because if you walk around with it, you'll again have to rework it in many different ways. So you leave it there. It will leave you with a certain things are missing in you for a period of time. It's okay for short periods. If you stay that way for a very long period, it can cause damage to the system. But you hang it for some time because you don't want to rework everything once again because it'll take enormous amount of time. Like this, there are many things. You can walk with a part of the body energy body because you are able to keep it in one place for preservation and for a particular specific use. Now, if people walk into this shrine where such a body or a part of the body is hung, their experience is completely different from what they would have seen otherwise in the same place. It is not just the energy of the shrine or whatever, it's completely different because one part of the body is there and it's very, very different, freaky different because… See, right now, there are many qualities in every human being. They're all kind of balanced. If any one of them gets too hyped, if you take away all the other qualities and just keep one quality of yours, suddenly you will see it's a very hyped up quality. It's kind of… what to say… it's kind of covered or it kind of balanced because there are so many other qualities. If you have one freaky quality, it is kind of balanced. Suppose we put all the other qualities to sleep and just leave this one, suddenly you will see this one thing is at a tangent and really going crazy. It'll become very super powerful simply because you put everything to rest. So now when you take it out and keep it there, that quality is independent of all the other qualities which balances that normally, suddenly that quality looks like hyper exaggerated and that works very well for certain type of work. So a Chakreshwara works on this if he has intention of working with the world and creating something. So Sadhguru Sri Brahma worked on it and when things did not happen, because he thought everything is in place and it'll happen for sure, and it did not happen. He could not believe that it's not happening. Things did not cooperate. He had no social skills. He never thought social skills are needed. He thought he has Guru's grace and he's got the energy, he's got the mastery, it has to happen. He had no doubt about it. But he did not understand the power of ignorance. Ignorance is a tremendous power on the planet. It's not a simple power. Never underestimate it within yourself and around yourself. It's a tremendous power. A whole lot of things happen in the world from the power of ignorance, not from the power of knowing or intelligence or something. Ignorance is a phenomenal power. So he underestimated the power of ignorance. He was innocent of ignorance. He thought his knowing and his power and his Guru's grace will make everything happen. And it did not happen. So he thought, maybe I'm not competent, maybe I lost it somewhere. So the moment of leaving the body, he kind of checking himself out. So he did a phenomenal thing, which is extraordinary and rare. Rare means super rare, that he left through the 7 chakras of his body. He exited from all the 7 chakras at once. He's just checking out if he's really a Chakreshwara or he's being misleading himself. That was like an ultimate check for him to know whether I'm there or not there.